Yeah, let me start today's session, and I'm going to deal with data driven test in QTP. Now, how to perform data driven test in QTP, I'm going to explain you that. So first, let me open QTP. So what actually data driven test is, so if you want to load a particular data from an Excel sheet and test with the data that is using in the Excel sheet, if you want to perform the same set of operations with different test data, if you want to test the same set of functionality with different set of data, so then we call it as data driven test. And QTP has an advanced feature of data driven test where it will get the data from the Excel sheet. Okay, it will get the data from the Excel sheet, and that data will be given as an input for the application. So the data will be given as an input for the application. So before that, we will see some of the data table properties. Now here I have data table dot get sheet count, so it will return me the total number of sheets. And we generally use a message box to display the value of X here. So whenever you use the operation get, we have to assign that to some variables, and to see that value generally we use message box. So here, as it is showing, the default sheets are 2. Now I am going to add one more sheet, so that I can do by using data table dot add sheet, or we can take the use of this sheets. And now I want to perform some operations by taking the data from this operation, this sheet. So let us consider 12 as here, and number 1, number 2 I will specify some other number, num2, and the num2 is 13. Now let us use those values here. So for that, data table dot value, so we have a future data table dot value. It is expecting the parameter ID and the sheet ID. So parameter name here, it is num1, and the sheet name is, and sheet, as the sheet is global sheet, we have to give there as its value is taken as 1. And then we will copy the same content and paste one more time. And now here it is, let us take an n1, and now here it is num2. And let us take those values, and if at all you want to print those values, you can use message box n and message box n1, two different message boxes. And I want to add them, so I am taking integer of n plus integer of n1. So here I am using integers for both things, and I'm taking a variable, some res as a variable. I'm taking those values into that, and I want to print the value of this. Let us consider message box, and then go for res. Now execute this. So total, first it is n is 2, and then 12 plus 13 is 25. And now, for example, if you have this if you have a set of details, like it is taking if you have a set of numbers, and if you want to perform these operations with different set of data, then you have to use here one for loop, and you have to perform the operations on different data table rows. So data table dot set current row, so it will go to a specific row. Okay, it will go for a specific row. If I specify row 4, then it will perform only operations upon row 4. Okay, this is one example. Now first I want to see how many number of columns that are, how many number of rows that are used. So for that, we have an operation called get row count. So I can take this as a variable for the total number of, so no is equal to get row count. It will give me that count. It specifies the total number of rows used. Okay, and here I want, if you want to use that, go for message box no message box numbers, and it will display the total number of items. Now I want to use for I equal to 1 2, I want to perform those many number of operations, like I want to perform n number of times, so I'm taking that from there, and this next statement will be in the last, so that it will repeat those many number of times. Now I value is set here. Now I value I want to display here, so that every time it will set the focus to the first row, and then when it sees next, it will set the focus of I as 2, and that process continues. So let us take this, let us execute this. So initially total number of rows used as 5, and it shows 25 to 36 to 39 to 42 to, why this 2 is coming every time? So we will see that. I think we have kept the total number of items addition in that 2 itself, so that is the reason it is showing here. So it is repeating number of times as 5 into 25, it will repeat like 25 times, because the I value here it is taking as 5, the total number of items here it is 5, and in QTP, if you don't set this option, like go to file settings and run, and if you don't select run iteration only once, then you may have to face that problem. Then now execute this, it will perform only 5 times now. Okay, here it ends our session. Thanks.